Hi everyone, this is Jeff Sinker from ScoutGuitarLessonsOnline.com. This week we are going to be looking at improvising for the Trinity Rock and Pop Grade 4 for the guitar. Now, my students, whenever I'm doing the rock and pop courses, they always have this big worry about the section of the exam, which is part of the session skills that you have to do. Now, to me, I love improvisation. That, to me, is where I can express myself, so I can enjoy myself. I don't have to worry about disciplines when I'm playing. So the improvised section for me, if I was doing the exam, this is the bit I would just love. So what we're going to do, there are two tracks that are featured in the course. In the exam book that you get, there are two tracks that are featured in this. Now, of course, we understand that when you do your exam, the examiner is just going to put a sheet in front of you with a chord progression that you potentially have never heard before. But it will be of the standard that you have learned in the grade 4, so the chords will be very similar to what you've been using in a lot of the songs that are featured in the book. Now, in the first song that is featured, the opening chord is a C minor. Now, this standard, that normally is the clue to which key you're going to be playing in. Now, as you start to get more and more advanced and go up the grades, this isn't always the case. But for the grade 4, pretty much the chord that opens the song is the key of the song. And everything that is played, the chords after that, are all diatonically connected. So what I'd like to do is to show you examples of ideas that you can use and techniques to play over these tracks. Now, as I said, in the first one, which is a reggae track, the opening chord is a C minor, which means that you can play C minor pentatonic over this backing track and it will fit. Now, let's just think about the C minor, let's just zoom in onto the guitar and let's have a look at the notes and the position that we can play on this. C minor pentatonic, which means the root note is C. So the C note that we're going to be looking at is on the 8th fret on the low E string. And the remaining part of the minor pentatonic scale, which you should have been covering in the exam, is going to be 8, 11, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 11, 8, 11, and then back to the C. So we've got 5 notes that are repeated through 2 octaves. And I get this where students just want to play just up and down the scale, which really isn't going to be very musical. So what we try and do is listen to the track, listen to the feel, and think about reggae. Now, when we think about reggae, there is one artist that always comes to mind, and that's Bob Marley. So listen to Bob Marley tracks, listen to the way the melody is played, listen to the way he sings, and try and capture that whole feel when we play through. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fire up this track and I'm going to play a little short melody lead line over this track, and then we'll start to break it down with some of the things that I've done through that. You saw it, very simple technique that I was using, very simple patterns. I wasn't going for just continual notes up and down the scale, doing anything like that. I was breaking it down into just little short phrases and just trying to capture that kind of reggae feel against the rhythm. Wasn't playing along with the rhythm, wasn't following that that was playing through. I was trying to work against it. And I was just keeping it down to 3 or 4 notes, a lot of them being repetitive. So I get lines like this. So it's just working down. That was probably going to be one of the longest lines that I would be playing through something like that. Really, I would try and create a theme, and the theme that I was working across was really on the D and the G string, and back down. Just backwards and forwards, but not keeping it with that rhythm behind it, because there's no point. The rhythm guitar is playing that, the bass is playing through. So try and create lines that work around the rhythm. I don't always like to come in on the one count. I'll kind of hold back, wait for the beat to start, and then play the lines. Play through, even if it means going into the second bar, that's fine. And then I'll just hold a note. And this is where you can come in with the vibrato. You play that note from there. If you want to experiment and do this ahead of the exam, don't walk into the exam and start doing that. Play some bends. It's a nice kind of whole tone bend if you're on this 11th fret on the B, you know, your target note. Moving across just little short phrases. And again, a little bit of vibrato just to make it to sound a little bit kind of more feeling as you play through. Now let's have a look at the next track. And the next track is Rhythm and Blues, and the opening chord is an E. So we can start this E pentatonic. We're going to start on 12th fret on the low E. Then we're going to move back, because we don't start it on that first finger, we start on this little finger. Going to move back to 8th fret, 9th fret on the A, to 11th fret, cross over to D, and we got 9, 11, cross over to G, 9, 11, cross over to B, 9, to 12, back to the on the high string, we've got 9 again, and then finishing up 12 on the E. So we've got same shape as the minor pentatonic, it's just we don't start it with our first finger. We're going to start on the little finger. But you can also see it, because the second chord that hits you is a C sharp. But the E major pentatonic features the same notes as a C sharp minor pentatonic. Now in the classes that I teach, I go through all that explanation to show you how to use that. But it's a quick fix to play between the two. So whenever you're looking at a major key, when you see the opening chord, say the opening chord was a C, well, it's the same as playing A minor pentatonic. You just go down with them 3 frets and we go. Same notes. Now again, I'm going to do a little short demo over this backing track, and you'll see again that I'm just taking little small sections, trying to create a theme and just build on that theme but not just playing one little line of the scale up and down. I'm trying mainly not to start on the one count. I'm pushing it back into the bar, and also use of vibrato and also use of the bends, and letting the bends breathe. Too many times I hear just people bending. They're just in and out instead of going. Just letting them work, give them a lot more feel to your playing on that. So have a quick listen to the demo and then we'll be back. Again, you saw what I did through that little demo. Just a little short line. Working it through, put a few more bends in that one, just because it's kind of got a blues feel, so why not put the bends in? You know, I was targeting that on the high E, targeting that, and also featuring the one on the G string. Just to get that nice little sound to come through using the bend notes on that. Just gives it some personality when you're playing. So hopefully this helps you in preparation. Do remember, you're not going to get that exact song. You're going to get something of a similar standard, but the chances are in your exam it isn't going to be that chord progression. So you've got to prepare to be able to move around into different keys. Oh, one good thing that you can try is to go and find just different backing tracks that are out there. I know there is a compendium book that Trinity have done that's well worth getting hold of, because there's a lot more backing tracks, chord progressions to practice over on that. But failing that, you can go to YouTube and look for chord progressions in A minor, B minor, C, just to experiment and practice using your pentatonic scale over the top of that chord progressions that you've got. Make it simple, make it fun. Just don't try and do too much, which just becomes repetitively up and down the scale. This is Jeff Sinker from Skype Guitar Lessons Online. I'm saying goodbye to you and look forward to seeing you again on the next lesson. Take care, goodbye.